Okay, so if you thought I was going to be back on doing the hair on the Hannah Lynn, I'm sorry. I decided to go back to this first. I have done hair on 3 previous Hannah Lynn pages in the past. So if you'll do a search on my channel for that, you will find those. And then I still will do that one. I just was so excited about this page. So I'm going to leave this sit here for a minute. So I would suggest on this video watching it first and listening, and then watching again and following along. I am going to do the light source. That is going to be what I'm working on today. But I've moved this around just a bit so that you can pause it and see the different colors on some of the items in case you're really, really following along that closely. Now, light source. I have colored all of this. So now I left the light bulb and just a smidge there and part right here on the desk. I have an eraser. You can either do everything that is in the path of that light lighter, or you can come back with an eraser. Now, a lot of people are like, oh, this doesn't take that long to figure out. It doesn't, and it doesn't. So here's just some little papers that were on my desk. The light is going to come down at the angle of the shade. So you're going to match up this edge and the top, this edge and the top. That's where your light's going to hit. All right? So when you start doing your coloring, everything within that needs to be lighter. So I've just grabbed some painter's tape. Now, I do not want to tear up anything on this book. So I'm going to take this painter's tape and put it on my clothes and peel it off. I don't know if you can hear that. I'm putting it on and off of my top so it's not as sticky. That way, when I peel it back off the paper, I'm not going to rip it. Same thing for the other piece. You can do this on your jeans, the carpet, whatever. It doesn't matter. You just don't want a whole lot of sticky on there. If you get a lot of sticky, then you're going to peel up some of the page and be upset. So be warned. Okay? And here so that is where my light is going to go. It's going to fade out. It's not going to go back up under the edges. It's not going to probably go this far over. It is going to hit not much of this shelf at all because the light is in front of that shelf. Okay? Let's look and see. The light is sitting in front of this. So it's not going to hit this very much either. That is behind. So what is in front? See where the light is? What is in front? The sewing machine and this fabric. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to erase lightly anything that is in front, or remember that shade also goes back a little. So I am going to lightly erase right through here. Why? Good question. And I'm not doing a lot of those, but I am going to do some of it, but not all of it. And then I am going to do some of the fabric. As I add yellow for the light, okay, and the light will bounce around some, and it mixes with these other colors, it's going to make new colors. And you don't want dark, muddy colors, so you erase some, the paper stays stained, and then your light can also come out. I'm using the same 3 yellow shades that I had used before on the mandala. So I have my Yellow Sapphire 231, Tuscan Sun 215, and then Pumpkin Spice 722. If you missed the last video, go back and watch it. I talk about these 3 colors. So a light yellow, a rather bright yellow, and then like a yellow ochre or a brownish yellow. Now, your light bulb is brightest right here. Now, are our light bulbs yellow or are they white? They're usually more white. But when people color lights and windows and stuff, for some reason, we tend to go with the yellows. And I am going to erase some more inside the light casing itself, because blue and yellow make green, and I don't want a green light. So here's my yellow, and it's coming out, and I'm going over everything. This is my darkest shade, and I'm coming all the way over to here. I'm not going to make a straight line, but it's going to be fairly straight. However far down I come on this side is how far I want to come over on this side. Again, you may want to watch this before you just do it. Now I'm going to get lighter as I come down. Now I'm going to come in with my brighter yellow, and I'm going to come up. I just went down to about there, so I'm going to come up to about here and go just light touch. This is the overlap area. I'm going to get a little heavier now as I'm coming down. I am getting the back wall of this. I am getting the bottom of the desk, because actually, I know I said it wouldn't hit all those places, but light has a way of bouncing around, okay? So just go ahead and let the light hit those areas. Then I'm getting lighter and lighter. Now I'm going to come in with that lightest shade, okay? And I'm going to come up a little and then just go down. This shade will not show up much at all, but that's good. That's what we want. We want this to just fade out to nothing. Do you see where I did a little darker purple right here? Okay, that makes it look like it's folded. I did it again right here where it dips in, makes it look folded. So now I'm going to take this color, and I am going to come up here and just kind of blend across. Yeah, I'm not doing the circles anymore. I'm just trying to make sure that everything has some even coverage. And I'm getting lighter and lighter touch as I come out. Just let that fade to nothing. Okay? Well, make it or break it. When I peel my tape off, I'm going to fold it flat back on itself. if it should happen to try to tear, that will keep that from happening. Then same thing here. Now, can you see that light? Do you see the lines of the light? Do you see where it's coming down right here and coming across here? And it's coming down on part of that machine. Okay? There will be other lights in the book. We have so much time left. Let's move over to another. I saw lights that were hanging here. Let's look at these lights. These are jar lights. Okay, the stars are in them. So what I would do on this one is I would not do the background first. I would do the lights first. Okay? The reason for that is I would have the lights fade to nothing and then the background fade into that nothing. All right? So we would do our stars. Did I move my sheet? Yeah. Okay. And I might even come back with a gel pen over the top of this just to be able to get a little bit of glitter on here, my glitter gel pens, or the Posca, yeah, Posca. I can just hear Fern laughing. I know, get it right. Anyway, I would use those markers a little bit for the dots and just to add a little bit of depth. So again, get this in. And then the brightest, deepest area, I guess deepest, darkest area, is going to be closest, and then it's going to fade out to nothing. Okay, so then I'm actually going to do a little glow. I'm going to get the darkest shade. Get out of here. Little hair fell on. This is my darkest shade. Little glow. And I'm just doing little soft circles. And how many times have I said, if you're doing something in multiples, do them all at once so that you've got the same hand pressure and the same amount of color on each one. So I'm doing all these little glows first. Just the little glow. And that's all this is going to be. But I am going to use those other two shades. So if you're not using these pencils, that is not a problem. You can use equivalents, okay? You know what you like for stars. You know what the light glow is. You know what your lightest yellow is, that's a true yellow, or a cream yellow. And then you know that you have a brown that is yellow based, whether it's yellow ochre or something else. And then you're going to hit something that's between those two. All right, so there's that one. Then I'm going to go to the yellow that I used on the actual stars. And I'm going to try to use the same amount of pressure and go around them again. Just going on around. I am going to go around skip the lid. I'll erase that there, and I'm not going to go onto the mushroom. Just because these look like they're maybe hanging behind the mushroom, so it would not necessarily be throwing light onto the mushrooms. Okay. Getting lighter as I come out. If you have a page to do with a porch light, this is the same thing. Pretend one of these stars is a porch light. You're going to do the same thing. Don't make it harder than it is. Y'all can do this. Then, while I'm still used to doing these little circles, I'm going to grab my last shade and go through all that again. And then the next color that comes into this would be my background color. Okay, background color, I will probably, because it looks like a night scene, I will probably end up with some sort of a dark ultramarine blue or amethyst purple. I probably won't go black. I just find black a little harsh, although black would sure make this picture pop, wouldn't it? So who knows? I really have not thought that far ahead. I wasn't even going to do this one today, but I thought, I need to go ahead and show y'all another example. So there we go. Now see how it's just fading out. Anything that didn't get blended good, just go back in there and blend it. And I know what colors these are, so if I decide later that I want to sprinkle some of that light down there or over here, then I can still do it. But do you see how easily that went? It's really not hard to do at all. It just takes time. So take your time on it and enjoy it. Enjoy the process. Enjoy the process. So again, there's our lamp shining down on our machine. And you can see the machine turned pretty yellow. That's the ray of where the light went. You know, and I could have kept going and even further, but I felt like that was far enough for what I was doing. Okay, so yeah, I don't know anything else. I'm going to go back in with my green and touch this up some and touch up some over here. That could be where my tape was and it lifted the color. So again, be careful with that tape. So yeah, thanks for stopping in, and I will really try for my next video to be about hair. Okay, we'll do one on coloring hair, and I'm probably going to pick some obscure color for the hair, because if you'll look back through my videos, I have already done red hair, black hair, brown hair, yellow hair. So I may pick some wild color. I'm not sure yet. That's one reason I put it off. So, all right. So Rooms of Wonder. The book is on sale right now on Amazon. I believe somebody said they found it at Target. Check the paper. I have heard there is different paper in different countries. So the paper is slick. I did try, and a gel pen does work. So, yeah, thumbs up, have fun, and I will see you in a few days. Okay, bye.